In this demo, we will implement a filter on main category when getting authors. The first thing to do is allow the consumer of the API to pass in a value for this category through the query string. So we add a string with name main category to the action parameter list. This isn't a complex type, nor a form file or collection, and it does not match any parameter name from the route template. So, thanks to the API controller attribute, this will be bound from the query string. If you prefer, you can still be explicit about this by adding the from query attribute. Personally, I sometimes do that for readability purposes, but it is up to you. For the demo, we currently won't. A quick tip: in case your variable hasn't got the same name as the key in the query string, you can pass through the key name from the query string by using the name property on the from query attribute. In our case, the names are the same, so we don't need to do that. Note that we explicitly state that this string is a nullable string. If we don't, the framework will not allow not passing through a main category, as that would result in a null value for the main category string. But we do want to allow people to send requests to get authors without passing through a main category. So like this, we can check for a null value and don't apply a filter on main category to our authors collection if no value has been passed through. Then we need to implement the filter. There's no method for that yet on our repository. The getAuthors async doesn't accept a main category string. So let's add one. We add it to the repository contract, and now we can implement it. Let me just put that near the original getAuthors async method. There we go. The first thing we want to do is check if the passed in main category is null or white space. If it is, we simply return all authors, which we can do by calling getAuthors async. That's an async method we await, so we do need to apply the async keyword here. If that checks out, we trim the main category. I don't lowercase it to keep casing into account. This is a design decision. URIs are case sensitive, so you can choose to take casing into account if you want. The last thing to do is effectively applying the filter. We do that by using a where clause to filter on this main category value. And that's it already. Let's call this method from our controller action. That should do it. Let's give that a try. I've got a request lined up here that will try and return all authors for whom the main category is singing. Let's send this request. And that indeed checks out. We get back 2 authors instead of all of them. Let's quickly check whether we can still request all authors without passing through a category. And that also still works. So far, so good. Let's continue with searching.